About how, oh, making high school count and making college count. And
Okay.
so they had an ad and they said, you might have to talk to up to 500 kids for 45 minutes. I was like, well, shoot, I think I can do that. So I had my little microphone and I was standing in gyms across middle of Missouri and different places and teaching them and talking to them about making college or high school count. And I was like, wow, if I can talk to, and I think my biggest audience might have been 200. I said, if I can capture the attention, and it was a script
Mhm.
of 200 college students, I mean, high school students, and keep their attention for 45 minutes, I think I can do more.
Right, right.
And so then somebody else said, hey, there's a training thing and you can, come work for them. It was somebody who knew me. They're like, I think you would be good for this. And I became certified in 20 different classes
Wow.
and I taught life skills, leadership and communication skills, conflict management skills for women around the country and around the world.
Mm.
And I taught in 48 states,
Wow.
4 provinces in Canada,
Mm.
17 cities in the UK, and I would teach one class, 5 classes, 5 days a week in 5 different cities. So let's say if I was in St. Louis, they would fly me to Kansas City. Then I would get a rental car in Kansas City, teach in Kansas City on Monday, then go to whatever that would be on Tuesday, then go be in Columbia on Wednesday, then Jefferson City on Friday, Thursday, and then St. Louis on Friday. So
Right.
that's what I would do.
Okay.
And I was traveling all over doing this. And it was amazing. I wasn't making a whole bunch of money, but it was really great. And what I learned through that is that so many people were in pain.
Mm.
And so many people were sent to those classes to get fixed by their bosses because a
Mm.
lot of
Got
work environments were very toxic. And
Mhm.
then you have a lot, to be honest, you have like, if you have dental offices or things like that, or medical offices where you have a lot of women working and
Yeah.
maybe one male doctor or something
Mm.
like that, then you
Mhm.
have a lot of cattiness, a lot of mess, a lot of stuff. And then, then the analytical business person is like, get out of your feelings and just do the work. And then the women are mad and all this kind of stuff. And it would just be all kinds of stuff. So people would come there and their feelings would hurt. And I would talk to them and I say, listen, I know there's somebody that you might answer the phone. You see them calling, you're like, I don't want to talk to them. That person is Sam. That's somebody you don't like, or you might be related to them, you might work for them, whatever it is. But every time they call, you say, what do you want? Not now. And then guess what? When you answer the phone and you see them, guess what's in your voice? Not now. I don't
Right.
want to talk to you. This
Right.
is it. And so that's what would happen. And I would say, you're never going to necessarily feel comfortable with Sam, but are you ready to give up what you have to get rid of Sam? So
Mm.
who needs to change? So I would talk about smiling and the
I
importance,
remember that.
your
Yeah, I
voice
remember
changes
that.
when you put a
Yeah.
smile on your face.
I
And I
remember
would tell them to put a fake smile on their face and go to Walmart and smile at everybody they see.
that.
And then they'll be like, they'll think I'm weird. So what? It's a stranger, but it's going to help you to prepare. So when Sam calls, you can put a smile on your face, right?
Yeah.
And it's the simple things like that. I'm just sharing that to say that we're not going to always like what happens or like the people, but if you want this job, it's better to have this job, get your attitude together, get your resume together, and try to find another job before you leave it. And don't let your attitude or somebody else's behavior change it.
Change
And
it.
then in church, I actually had an affirmation that I share a lot. I claim the exit from my life of all those who are not for my highest good. They fade from my life and prosper somewhere else. So, and I tell them, listen, and in my professional class, I didn't really start. I said, this is the affirmation, I claim the exit. So you can, watch it though, because you might end up leaving, somebody else might leave. You never know what's going to happen. Or you think you want Sam out and it's somebody else that you didn't know needed to leave your life. You know what I'm trying to say? But we
Mhm.
have to plant these seeds and we have to be consistent with it, because if we don't take care of us, who's going to take care of us? Who's going to look out for us? And there's a lot of people counting on us, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So I was just doing that, and you were so instrumental. Every time I needed some type of video or some type of picture or some type of whatever, you were always there. You always allowed me to call you, and I appreciate that. And I just tried to do as much as I could. And then I realized that I wanted to reach and teach more people. So I thought it would be great to write books. Now, I never wanted to write books in my whole life, never even considered it. But remember, I was in those honors English classes.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I was being set up for that. Okay. What had happened? And so my little niece was going to be born. I'm not going to say her name, but my little niece was going to be born. And I was so excited. So I wanted to write a book to help her live her life. So it was called A Light is Born, 7 Ways to Show Your Brilliance. And it was similar to Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. A lot of people don't know about that, but it's like, if you can just get one habit right, your life is going to be a lot better. So I said, what are some of the things that we need to do better? Love, be patient and kind, respect yourselves and others, be a willing student. I mean, these type of things are important values that I think we've forgotten. So then I also wrote 2 other books, as you probably remember, and one was about Christian living and one was about being a businesswoman. So I wrote 3 books at one time. And I thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. But then nobody wanted to buy my books. And I was making all this money. People were paying me thousands of dollars to come speak. But then when I was an author, then they're like, oh, well, just bring your books. I'm like, no, you cannot pay me to do my job. So anyway, so somehow, some way, somebody did call me and said, well, can you help me write my book? And can you help me publish my book? And can you help me do this and that? And then all of a sudden now I work with over 100 authors. I've published over 60 books. I've helped other people to be published. And I ghostwrite and I book shepherd. And it's been amazing because at first I thought I was supposed to write 12 books to help people with every area of life. Then I was like, I don't know all this stuff. And then people started coming. I was like, well, I can help them, because really it didn't matter what my role was. The main thing was it was going to be quality. It was going to be something that could make a difference in people's lives, right?
Right.
So I had a few duds along the way, a few challenges along the way,
And life,
some
and life.
horrible experiences along the way, some hurt feelings and many tears and lots of cussing along the way. But somehow I made it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
And I'm
And
being
you,
dramatic, but it's far more dramatic than anything I'm saying right now.
and you're better for it. You're better for it.
Yes, yes. And so now I'm the absolute good resilience coach, because my life is about resilience, making it through difficult and terrible circumstances and coming through on the other side, right? And so I really do like to help people with meaningful stories. So now people call me, it's only the people who I'm supposed to work with that I work with now. It's not about money. It never really was about money. Like, actually, I wish I had been more about money, because I would have more savings and things like that now. But what I'm saying is, I've just always had that heart that, if I'm supposed to serve, I'm just supposed to serve. And it's funny because I was baptized, as I told you, at Della Reese's church. And do you know, 21 years to the day from when I was baptized there, I became an elder at my church in St. Louis.
Wow.
And I didn't even realize it until the ceremony was done and I was ordained. And I was like, wow, that's like the Israelites taking an 11 days journey and taking 40 years to get there. Well, this is not exactly great. But okay.
You was silly.
I don't think a lot of people know that journey to the promised land was really an 11-day journey, but it took them 40
years. Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
you weren't ready. People had to die out. These old thoughts had to die out. These old habits had to die out. These old beliefs had to die out.
Preach, preacher.
Okay. And if you got, we're going to wait as long as it needs to be until it's gone. So that's how I feel. And so, yeah, so that's what's happened. And I've met a lot of amazing people, and my because I don't have any children. I mean, out of everybody, because I've always been a motherly person. You know, I always thought, and you know what, I'm going to even say this. I always thought I would have children. I wasn't really crazy about childbirth, but I always thought that I would have a family. And until last year, I thought that me not having children was my choice. And then I found out I had really, really severe fibroids.
Oh, okay.
And then I found out that they ran in my family.
Ooh.
a whole bunch of them, but not until I said something to one person, and they were like, "Yeah, such and such has them, and such and such." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
So what I can say is, it made me sad in a way because I thought me not having children was a choice, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. But
Mm-hmm.
I also believe that the Lord really does put us where we're supposed to be. And I realized, had I been a mom, all I wanted to do was be the head of the PTA.
You always want to be the head of.
Just the PTA. Because see, when we were in elementary school, my mom used to bring cupcakes and all that kind of stuff. And my birthday is July 27th. Okay. So I never got cupcakes for my birthday because my birthday was in the summer. So those of us summer babies, we missed out on all the celebrations. Okay. But when it was Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, we got to do all kinds. That's all I want. It's like being pep club president. Okay. Just the PTA.
Just a
So
little
anyway,
thing. Ain't nothing big. Just a little tiny. Just PTA president. That's all you want to do.
that's it. So I'm saying that to say is that I like when I think collective thoughts and positivity, even in the face of challenges,
Mm.
is so important, and faith is so important. And some people may not call it faith, but believe, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I personally believe in God, but I understand religion and how it has been used. So I'm talking about my spiritual belief.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I know if it were not for those beliefs, I would not be right here today. I would
Yeah.
be dead, or I would be having a whole bunch of kids homeless, or I would be have killed somebody and put them in jail, and
Yeah.
or I would have been in jail. And I mean that.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know I do.
I know. I know.
So I'm saying that um that some of the stories, people have come to me and they've talked and they've been in their deep pain.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been molested. A lot of people have been screwed over by people in their families. A lot of people have been hurt in so many just unconscionable ways. And when they talk about, they want to get it out. So part of that is the coaching.
Mm.
They need to get it out. Part of it is the counseling. Part of it is the healing. And then part of it is to make a difference so that other people have permission
Listen.
not to have shame. People
Right.
have permission to heal. People have permission to understand they're not the only ones going through it, and they can actually make it. Because see, if I can make it through what I made it through, you can
Yeah.
make it through what you make it through.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's really what I want people to know. It's nothing special about me. I just love the Lord, and I just thank him, um, for everything he's done for me. And, this isn't something that when I was really little, but when I went to Della Reese's church for the first time, that sermon was my claim to my inheritance.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I cried that morning when I woke up, and I cried driving to the church. And I just sat in the car. I was like, could you please dry up these tears? Because they're gonna think I'm really crazy when I go into this church. And I went in there, and then I heard what it was gonna be, and I just cried the whole time. And I just knew I was in my proper place with my proper people. And
Mm.
all I want people to really know is, especially at this time when we have at least two epidemics going on right now, that we have to treasure the days that we're still above ground.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to treasure the moments that we can still breathe. We have to treasure these times, because this time, like no other in our lifetime, is so crucial and so critical. And what we do today really literally sets what's going to happen for weeks, years, decades, centuries to come.
Mm.
And it's so important. And things are so volatile right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people have, there's so much mistrust in the government and things like that. And I understand the government has done a lot. Lord knows the government has done a lot. At the same time, if we don't save humanity right now, it won't be anybody to live and to do anything else. So I would have never thought that we needed to wear masks and things like
Yes.
that. I know I'm kind of getting off subject, but I'm saying that, I thought my business would have dried up, but I actually helped to publish over 10 books, 12 books, I believe, during COVID,
Mm.
because I was working on Zoom instead of working with people face to face, working on Zoom, and we would talk about what they wanted to do. And I'm typing, we're writing, we're getting this stuff together. And people it's been amazing, about childhood disabilities, about helping people to be better parents, about, being business women. I mean, it's just so many amazing things. I've been working on a treasure hunting book, and a book by a Black female neurosurgeon, and
Mm.
things like that. I mean,
Wow.
just amazing, amazing stories that people have to tell. And when I was young, I was a reader. And so I just feel like, they say if you want to hide something, put it in a book. But I say if you want to learn something, read a book, which is the same thing, right?
Pretty
So
much, pretty much.
yeah, so I just I've been doing that actually for over 10 years. And Mission Possible Press is a division of Absolute Good Enterprises, and it's been very fulfilling. And then I was like, okay, I'm over 50 now, and I need to earn some more money and have savings. So I decided to do this is the big insurance claims adjusting.
What?
So I'm a licensed adjuster. You did not know this, so we want to cut. Okay, start again. Licensed claims adjuster. I'm licensed in 11 states. And when you have catastrophic disasters, you could go out and make like $700 to $1,500 per claim, and you could do 5 claims a day, and and then the claims could last 3 months. But it does require getting our roofs.
He said you got to go and check out the situation.
So if anybody saw me on Facebook and might have seen I got a new vehicle about 6 weeks ago, I had to get an SUV because my little Toyota was not going to handle my 16-foot ladder.
Hey, adjustments you gotta do. You gotta do.
So, so my vehicle is packed and I have everything in there. And I went down to Florida a few weeks ago to learn because I've been doing a lot of virtual learning, but I went down to actually learn how to do it. And so I'm waiting. We thought that Hurricane Elsa was going to really be something, but it didn't turn out to be much. But those California wildfires are happening and stuff like that. So a lot of more storms will happen in August and September. So I'm ready.
You'll be on the road. Like you saying, Jolene, she rolling down. She rolling.
And I wanted to say that because if somebody had told me at 17, 18, 19, 21 about insurance claims adjusting, do you know how many people I would have told about that by now? So all I'm saying is you don't have to have a degree. It's a lot of wonderful things you can do, and you can do inside adjusting or you can do field adjusting. And I want more people to know because there is so much money to be made and legacies can be made, and you can still help people in their time of need and help yourself too. So that's why I wanted to make sure I said it, because if anybody has any questions about it, I would love for them to reach out to me. And, I got my license in Texas. And then because I got my license in Texas, I could get a reciprocal license in other states. Missouri does not require you to have a license, but other states, it's like 14 states that don't require you to. So I can actually do adjusting in 25 states now because of my 11 licenses, etc. So it's kind of exciting. It's kind of scary, but exciting. And so because storm season is upon us, but it's not been real busy, I'm still working on a couple of books because people keep calling me.
That's why I had to go from saying, yes, Jolena Johnson to JoJo, because you're moving. That's what I mean. We talking about started off business, went to marketing, promotions, writing, author. Now you're doing insurance. Who said that we don't hustle? See, that's the spirit. We got spirit, yes we do. I got spirit. How about you? Girl, I look at. I just love everything you're doing. I'm proud of you. I'm just so happy because I've been there with the bad times and the good. You've been there for me. Like I said, we've been family for a while, and we've been able to just reach out and say, hey, I just need to holler at you for a minute. So again, my whole thought process on doing my show, Mr. Parker's Neighborhood, was just for stuff like this, to where people see Jolena and be like, hey, how you doing? And don't pay no attention. Come on, ooh, wait a minute, that's that lady. Ooh, she did a whole lot of stuff and she's doing some stuff. And maybe she can help me. I got an idea. And I mean, we never know who we're entertaining. We could be entertaining angels. And I know for a fact that, hey, I mean, you have been there for me when I needed it, just to say, hey, you can do it. It's up to you. If you want to do it, it's on you. It's your move. I'm like, for real, Joe, that's it. That's all you got to say is that? Golly, yeah, I know. Okay, thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for saying that. And at the same time, I want to thank you because at some of my lowest moments in my life, You have truly been a brother to me, and you know what I'm talking about. And I don't mind saying, I don't want to go into detail, obviously, but you know, I have always been in love with being in love. And one of the things that you said at the top of the interview, when I see things in people, I just want to help them. I want to help them bring it out and be their best selves. And unfortunately, I think the way that I learned to love and do things, it was just like unconditional. It's like, if I love you, I love you. If you're my people, you're my people. And I think that's important, but not necessarily in the context of intimate relationships. And you have to learn how to draw boundaries and make healthy decisions. And when you see things, you know, when the thing shows you what that thing is, and believe that thing, as Maya Angelou said about people. Um, and so what I can say is that at this time, I didn't ever imagine that my life would have me right here. And right now I'm in Maryland, outside of DC. I didn't ever imagine that my life would have me here. And I've done a lot of traveling during COVID. Not because I wanted to, but because I have someone ill in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say treasure every moment, that's what I want people to really do. Because we don't know. Like when you text me, you're like, hey, I want to, when are we gonna do video? I'm like, okay, when do you want it? Here we are. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a blessing. And I'm just saying to you that you have been like a brother to me for so many years. And you have been a shoulder to lean on. And we've talked about some very difficult things. And I want people to know how important those types of relationships are, because, you know, having family can save your life, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And so, especially at this time when people may be embarrassed about their financial situations or their health situations or their home life or whatever's going on because of COVID or anything else, this is the time to reach out to the people in your life. And it may be somebody from elementary school, junior high, high school, college. It may have been somebody you worked with 15, 25 years ago, but just reach out, you know, because it's so important. Even with church, I mean, we're not in service. We don't go to service, but we do have a monthly Zoom. And I'm fortunate to be the little host of the Zoom, and we get on and we share things. And you know, and we have service on YouTube and everything, but it makes a difference to talk. And if people don't get anything else, you know, don't keep it in. Don't think that you have to keep a secret. Don't think that you have to have shame. It can feel so much better when you get it out. And if you don't feel like you have somebody in your life that you can trust, get a piece of paper, get a pad of paper,
Mm-hmm.
and write it down. Just get, like, you know, I still like to write. I got a lot of writing. Okay, it's right, right. Okay, write down what you're feeling. Write a letter to that person who may have hurt you. Write a letter to that person who may have passed. Write a letter to that person that you're pissed off about. Okay, write a letter to them. Now you don't mail it, but say everything you need to say. Get it out, because once you get it out, once you express it, it can take that load off. And you know, the doctor I'm working with, she was telling me that a lot of people are passing of heart attacks and strokes right now
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
much
Oh,
stress.
yeah.
Okay, holding it in. And all I can say is I love you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the times when I was young and when I've been old that I could talk to you. And I just thank you for that. And I just want people to know, you know, I know we've had fun here, and I don't know who's going to ever watch all of this, but um when you're genuine and you
Mm.
love people and you do your best, you're going to make mistakes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just be the best you can be that day and do your best and learn from what you did and just do something better the next time. That's all I can say.
Yep. And on that note, we can drop the mic. Woo! Thank you so much, JoJo. Love you.
I love you.
You be safe out there, and we'll talk when you get in. But yeah, now you said it. You said more than I was looking for, and you said exactly what I was looking for. So I'm so happy that I got this chance, and it's on record. I know Jolena Johnson of absolute good fame and all that good stuff. I knows her. I do.
Thank you.
All right, well, have a good evening, lovely, and we shall talk.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Thanks again. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye-bye.